Welcome,
Boy.
foolish mortals. It's so great
Welcome
to see
in.
everybody. It is Tuesday night Hitchhiker Chat. We are
It
so glad
is.
to see everybody.
Lots and lots of people in the chat. I'm seeing 10 on the screen. I'm seeing several already
Oh my
commenting.
goodness. Yeah,
Mandy
Mandy.
Adams, Brian's,
Mandy was first.
yeah, Brian's West Coast Disney Adventure, So Cargo, seeing the Turkey Legster, Mike Cabral, Space Mountain Dave Cantrell, Francisco,
Great to see
Kevin,
everybody.
Theme Park Adventure, Tina
Yeah.
DCS, Stacy Rogers, Movie Mania Nick. Yeah, we're off to a hot start already.
And I know that a lot of you have materialized from Wonderful World of Walter's live stream. They have started going live for on Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night, and we're excited to see them live again. And that they have been talking the past few Tuesday nights about the Wish. They recently went on the Disney Wish, which is of course Disney's latest and greatest cruise ship, and we're excited to talk with them tonight about that. We're going to kind of pick their brains and get some information, and of course, it's just always a pleasure to have Mark and Irene on.
Speaking of Mark and Irene, there they are in the chat. Welcome in, Jillian. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Let's see. Yeah, Mandy just gets here early. Oh my goodness, I'm so far behind in the chat, guys. Francisco, welcome in. Mike. Let's see. I'm already behind. Dave, good to see you. Let's see. Tina. Fun. As everybody spook the like button, please spook that like button for us.
Yeah. So, let's see. I think. Do you want to go ahead and introduce them?
Let's do.
I believe they're backstage currently.
Yeah, you all know that Wonderful World of Walter, a fantastic YouTube channel. I can't remember the first time we ran across Mark and Irene. I'm trying to think. Maybe through Russ. What in the
I was going to say the first time I think I'd seen their name, but I think the first time came across like them, I guess on screen may have been some sort of stream with Russ.
I think so.
Yeah, he had us, and then Wonderful World of Walter, and I think maybe one or two other people on that stream as well. Welcome in to Juma Brown. But we've kind of know and loved them ever since. Very very big fans of Mark and Irene, and very glad to have them with us tonight. Do you want to go ahead and pull them in, Mom?
So let's, without further ado, Wonderful World of Walter. Da, 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 da. Hey guys,
we've appeared magically.
Yeah,
materialized. Thank you so much for materializing tonight. We appreciate you.
Our pleasure.
We are really glad to, we're glad to have you guys back again. We always enjoy, having you and talking to you about your adventures. You guys have been on the go a lot.
Oh,
lately.
yeah.
It was a super fun, crazy summer. So
yeah,
now it's
awesome.
back to reality.
Yeah.
At least for a little while, right? At least until the next adventure. Because
I love y'all's backdrop right now. That looks awesome.
It's the
some of our merch.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Check that out.
One of the stateroom.
Yes.
I'm gonna send y'all the solo layout real quick. Look at that. Yeah. How cool is that?
Yeah, cool. It is neat.
We paid for that. We did not, we didn't steal it.
Steal it like some people. Some people were like taking the other blanket runner that they have in the room. I guess they charge you for it, so you can take it, but then they're like selling it on eBay, and
good grief.
Gosh. We paid for this.
We paid for this.
Everything, man.
Yeah, I think a prime example. I always think of the Galaxy's Edge opening and the sporks that that they rolled out, and then they just kept disappearing, and then they took them away. and then came back with them, and you could buy them. That's
why we can't have nice things.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's why we can't have nice things.
Yep.
They disappear. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. So
yeah. Welcome in, Amy.
Everything shows up on eBay.
It does. Yep.
Have you seen what these guys are? Hey, we're gonna
pay for our next cruise.
Pay for our next cruise.
There you go. Golly, isn't it the truth? There was a lot of stuff that showed up on eBay. There is from every opening or whatever. People who can't go are willing to pay for those souvenirs. But stealing stuff to sell on eBay is kind of insult to injury. That's
we prefer to get what we want and then maybe get one extra to do a giveaway. But that's about it.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's kind of how we do it too, for sure. Diana G, welcome in. I don't know if we said hello to you. I'm so far behind in the chat, guys. Let's go ahead really fast and do this day in Disney history. But first, I have to mention, if you're noticing my backdrop here, guys, today is actually the 53rd anniversary of Disneyland's Haunted Mansion opening.
There we go. Mom's celebrating accordingly.
It opened August the 9th of 1969. And of course, we have to acknowledge that. So that's just.
We've seen all the Haunted Mansion ornaments coming out this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, are you going to add another tree to our collection?
I know. We already have what, we're up to 9 Christmas trees now.
Wow.
Well, we have 5. Okay, we're up to 5.
Well, because of Brian and Ead, we had to add another one because they spoiled us with so many ornaments in our Christmas and July swap.
And welcome to the chat, Brian and Ead. Thanks for being here.
I am definitely seeing Desert Dream, welcome in. Good to see you. I'm definitely seeing a Haunted Mansion tree in my future. So that means that would be neat. But or a YouTube tree, Haunted Mansion tree. So
I think
because I do have, I could actually do more than that. I have tons to do. I could totally do a wonderful Star Trek tree.
That'd be cool.
It would be so neat. I have a lot of those Hallmark collections. We covered.
I'm gonna have to send you last week because I just bought speaking of trees, I bought a red one.
Thanks, Cargo.
To do a Cars tree, and I think they had a purple one. So I'm gonna have to send that to you because a purple sparkly tree would be really cool to do Haunted Mansion.
It really
would.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be. That's okay. Purple sparkly.
They had a good deal on them because I got a red tinsel tree and it was only $17, which
that's a good.
I think it was 54% off or something right now. So you got to buy your Christmas trees in August.
Yeah.
Excellent. Purple tinsel tree.
I'm gonna send you the link.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a purple one.
Purple tinsel tree. Most definitely send me the link. That sounds so great. Jeff is really patient. I will have to say the last tree that was brought in the house, he bought it. So
well, there you go. See,
and it was we have a Christmas tree for Wyatt. And then my granddaughter share a tree. So we have a princess tree, and we also have the Winnie the Pooh tree for Wyatt. So that's 2. That accounts for 2. Jeff bought one of those. So anything for the grandkids. But
anything.
Let's go ahead, guys, and get to our Disney history, and then jump into talking about the Wish because I have a ton of questions. We'll try to keep it as brief as possible tonight. But let me go ahead and do Disney history. This day in Disney history is just something that we like to do every Hitchhiker chat, guys, because we just enjoy it. And this is kind of a cool one. 1899, writer and actress P.L. Travers, Pamela Lyndon Travers, the author of Mary Poppins, was born Helen Lyndon Goff in Maryborough, Queensland, Australia. The 1834 publication of Mary Poppins was Travers' first literary success. First novels followed, the last in 1988, as well as a collection of other novels, poetry collections, and works of nonfiction. During World War II, she lived in Manhattan, New York, where she worked for the British Ministry of Information. And that was where Roy Disney first contacted her about selling the Mary Poppins character to the Disney studio for film use. Although Travers was an advisor on the Disney production, she disapproved and disliked the way the film portrayed her characters. And Disney's Saving Mr. Banks, which is a 2013 biographical drama, centers on the life of Travers and that whole conflict and how she really fought Walt on bringing Mary Poppins to the screen, and it's just Saving Mr. Banks is fantastic if you haven't watched it. So anyway, that's a really cool one. And then in 1934, Walt Disney presented his animators with an outline of what will be his first full-length animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Included in the outline is a list of potential names and personality descriptions for the dwarfs. Walt recommends actor Sterling Holloway for the voice of Sleepy. Though Holloway will not play the role, Pinto Colvig will. Holloway later voiced many Disney characters, including Winnie the Pooh. So that's interesting that he was brought up to do Sleepy. In 1944. Happy 78th birthday to actor Sam Elliott, born in Sacramento, California, known for his thick horseshoe mustache, deep resonant voice, and Western drawl. He voiced the character of Butch, a Tyrannosaurus who runs a ranch filled with prehistoric longhorns for Pixar's 2015 animated release, The Good Dinosaur. Love Sam Elliott. Absolutely love Sam Elliott.
I've never seen that movie all the way through. Admittedly, I
haven't either.
Yeah,
that's why
I've started it, watched a little bit with Wyatt, and then he got uninterested, and so I just kind of was like, all right, well, I guess I'll go ahead and turn it off now, and I never wrapped it up.
Have y'all watched that one, Mark and Irene, The Good Dinosaur?
I think it actually didn't it come out? Wasn't that the premiere when we were on the Fantasy?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So we watched it there, and then we've watched it since. It's not great. Disney's never had a good dinosaur movie, but I think Jurassic Park kind of owns the dinosaur realm. So
they do.
Hard to compete. And then Land Before Time kind of takes the win for animated
That's
dinosaur.
True.
So Disney just hasn't ever had a hit with that.
Yeah,
I agree.
I definitely need to watch. Now, just thinking about this, I think I have watched that all the way through with the girls, but I need to watch that, The Good Dinosaur. I need to watch that again because I think that's going to be a fun one. 1955 at Disneyland, and this is one that's kind of tugs at my heartstrings. This is a real sentimental one. At Disneyland, the Aunt Jemima Pancake House opened in Frontierland. Guests are greeted at the door by Aunt Jemima herself. Later known as the River Bell Terrace, the Aunt Jemima Pancake House existed until 1962. After absorbing the adjacent Don DeFore's Silver Banjo barbecue restaurant, it became Aunt Jemima's Kitchen until 1970. And that lady,
it's interesting the different things that come and go in the parks through the years.
It is. And what's
I think about the McDonald's fry cart that was in Adventureland Adventureland. Kind of there between Pirates and Splash Mountain.
Yeah. I think my doggie is stuck, guys. I may have to take a little break here. Bless her heart, she's blind and deaf, and she's kind of stuck between furniture. I may have to help her out.
I can finish out this day in Disney history if you want.
Okay, let me go. Let me go rescue my dog, guys. Anyway, I have read about the lady who was Aunt Jemima, just a wonderful lady, and her daughters and her granddaughters are very proud of her legacy. Just a precious lady. Go ahead. Let me get Libby unstuck, guys. Sorry.
So Cargo says there was also a McDonald's fry cart in Animal Kingdom. I see that one. That one didn't stick out of my head, but
So I think I always remember McDonald's and Animal Kingdom. That's like but
let's see. 1969 again. The Haunted Mansion attraction opens in New Orleans Square at Disneyland. The public opening of the attraction is heralded by a promotional blitz that includes the I Scream sundaes sold at Disneyland's Carnation Plaza. Madame Leota, the medium in the seance room, and the tiny talking figure at the end of the ride is modeled after Imagineer Leota Toombs, also known as Leota Thomas. The attraction will have an official grand opening August 12th. 2009, Haunted Mansion, this day in Disney history, Haunted Mansion 40th anniversary merchandise event takes place at Disneyland. The sold-out event includes admission into Disney California Adventure after 6:30 p.m. and Disneyland after 9 p.m., a Haunted Mansion seminar, a wedding feast or famine dinner, and, of course, a ride through the classic Haunted Mansion. A family from Santa Clarita, California, spend the night in Disneyland's Haunted Mansion on the attraction's 40th anniversary. The Sutton family won a night stay inside the classic attraction in a 95.5 KLOS radio station promotion for the Haunted Mansion's 40th anniversary. The family moves in at midnight after the park closes and will stay until 6 a.m. How crazy is that? Like, where do you stay in the mansion?
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
I mean, I want to know where you stay at.
Yeah. Like, did they just like,
you know, a dune buggy, like we're
like inflate some mattresses? Like, I don't know. And see, I've heard from talking to,
and this was
cast members.
I couldn't sleep.
This was at Disneyland. So
Disneyland, yeah.
Elevators, maybe they'll put you in there and you just go up and down all night.
I thought that was so cool, though. And you got to wonder where they slept, right?
Yeah.
I mean, where did they, you know, if there's like a cast member place or, you know, if they, you know, threw a mat down on top of the graves in the graveyard or what?
Did they ever talk after they got out of the mansion? Are they still in the mansion? Was it just like...
Yeah, that's a good question. Did they ever get out?
Was it a scam to get 1,002 ghosts in the mansion? Like, okay. There's 999. There's room for one more, or a family.
No, how about a whole family? I don't know. I think maybe we ought to check into what became of that family.
Yeah. Yeah, it better not be in a coffin. So Cargo says,
right?
Well, that would be appropriate. Yeah.
I think to sleep in the Haunted Mansion, I might be able to do that. Yeah.
So I've heard that
sleep.
I've heard that the ghosts never stop moving, that they just run all night, which supposedly it's too costly or too difficult to shut everything down for the night. So that apparently the ghosts just stay moving all night. And so I've supposedly, you know, who knows? I heard that, you know, per a Haunted Mansion cast member, ghost hostess, but pretty wild. If you know, assuming that's true, it's pretty crazy.
I think that Small World running all night is scarier. Actually,
agreed.
So sweet little model children are creepier than ghouls and ghosts.
At 1 o'clock in the morning when nobody else is in there, I don't know.
It's a toss-up.
I think it's a toss-up.
It's a toss-up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Tina says they have to stop at some point to do maintenance. Yeah, that's a valid point.
Can we move?
Welcome in, Garrett. Moderate moments. I'm
going to put myself at the bottom so that Mark and Irene I don't mind my face being blocked by comments, but I don't want Mark and Irene to be blocked. So. Moonlight Adventure. What do y'all think about the new Haunted Mansion ears? We talked a little bit about those ears when they came out. I think they're a little bit of a miss for me, and I have several pairs of Haunted Mansion ears, including the pair that I have on. I think it's the color scheme, Moonlight Adventures. Have you looked at those, Irene? Those Haunted Mansion ears?
Yeah, I haven't really I like the ones that you have, and then I have the one with the black velvet bow and the little Haunted Mansion icon, and those are kind of the only Haunted Mansion ears that I've really loved that have come out.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's really any ones the other ones are kind of too, I don't know, too funky or too plasticky, maybe.
Right. Yeah. It's so the brand new ones, that I like them pretty well, but something about the color scheme kind of throws me off a little bit. I think they lost me with.
We said the little top hat too was maybe a little bit over the top.
The top hat was maybe a little bit too much, but
I think I like just like simpler ears. When I got too much going on, kind of loses me.
That's true. Let's see. I just made Cargo just made some Muppets Haunted Mansion ears.
Oh, neat! Very cool.
On YouTube, so that is cool. Cargo.
I'm going to be watching for those.
Yep.
Jane and Travels. I'll be watching for those definitely. We should put those on Instagram, and we'll take a look at those for sure. It's a love or hate for most. Exactly. Moonlight Adventure. Let's see. Good to see you, John and Nancy. Let's see, guys. Specs on the Disney Wish. Let's get into the Disney Wish here. I love ships. I love the vessel itself. I think they're really amazing, and I know this is a nerd thing, but if I'm cruising, I generally check the specs on whatever vessel it is we're traveling on. The length of the Disney Wish is 1,119 feet. It is 128 feet wide. Gross tonnage is 144,000. It has 14 decks. And godparents for the ship are the Make-A-Wish children, and we saw them at the christening, which was really cool. And I just wanted to show that D23 magazine. I've showed this before, but D23 for last month had this on the cover, and it's absolutely a beautiful. Look how pretty that is, guys. D23 magazines are legit. They're so pretty. And there's
Captain Minnie on the back.
Captain Minnie. And it's just so cool. Just a really beautiful magazine. I haven't finished reading the article in this, but I intend to. So, and I think,
ship.
It is. It's gorgeous. Okay, why don't you guys start with telling us a little bit about boarding the ship? Planning for your cruise. You've been on a Disney cruise before. So why don't you tell us a little bit about preparation and what how you decided, okay, well, this is a brand new ship. Let's go.
Yeah. and that's actually the planning for it is what kind of made it the most difficult, because for every other ship, what's there, what times everything happened. There was none of that data available.
Yeah. So, we definitely were like, watching things during media previews and kind of like keeping our eyes out, but we also kind of wanted it to be like a surprise in some ways. We also wanted to know like how to navigate around the ship. So our go-to is that Disney Cruise Line blog. If you are cruising, like they're just awesome. It's not Disney's cruise line, like it's not Disney Cruise Line, it's a separate entity, but it's a Disney Cruise Line blog, which I think they're DisneyCruiseLineBlog.com or something. But they have such a good job with like showing you the deck plans, and you can see different navigators and things like that. So kind of using that to orient yourself with the ship. But the decision to do it was kind of on a whim. The DVC did a special sailing. So DVC chartered a sailing on the ship.
Specifically chartered the second
sailing. So they had the maiden voyage, which we knew, like, he did one cruise. I think he was on the maiden for the Wonder.
The Wonder, yeah.
And then we did the Fantasy together. So I am just silver castaway. He's, one ahead of me. So we're like nothing in the world of cruising, So we're like, well, there's no way we're getting on the maiden. Like, that's never going to happen. Like, that's going to sell out with all the platinum cruisers. And there are a lot of platinum castaways.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that was like never going to happen. But we had said a long time ago, like when we did our fantasy cruise, we're like, someday I want to go on like a maiden voyage of a Disney ship. Like, do you think they'll ever build new ships? Like, we want to do it.
Yeah.
So then when DVC announced that they were going to do the sailing, we're like, this might be our shot. Like, it's not going to be maiden, but it's still going to kind of be maiden voyage inaugural season.
Close as we're going to get.
So, and we were like, no, we're not going to do it. Oh, we should do it. No, I don't know. It's too many points. Like, oh, should we do it? I don't know. And the day it went on sale, like an hour into it, I was like, I'm just going to call and see if I even get through. I'm sure I won't. Like,
just for the heck of it.
Mark was at work. He was in a meeting. So I couldn't even like talk to him. And so I'm like texting him, like, I'm on the phone. Like, I'm sure I'm not going to get through. Lo and behold, I got through. and I was like, what's available? Because it was like, they were going so fast. And I had like looked at the deck plans and had kind of an idea. I was like, we want a veranda room. Like, we'll take whatever we can get. Like, do you have anything in one of these bump outs? Because there's these little like bump outs on the veranda room. So there was like, maybe it would be a little bit longer. I was like, do you have 7624? And she's like, yeah, it's available. And I was like, what about 76? She's like, if you don't take it, it's going to be gone. I'm like, I'll take it.
Golly, wow. So they were actually booking up that fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we just like went for it, and they had to pay for DVC cruises. You have to pay at least one person in points.
Okay. Any one person.
And kids are like a flat rate. So they're the cheapest for points.
Gotcha.
If you pay adults, it's higher cost.
Thanks for popping
and
in.
it's variable. But so we're like, okay, we'll
pay for
I can't even remember what I did. I think originally I was like, I'm going to pay for an adult and then I'll pay cash for the other two. And then they called you back. Like,
so they took your reservation and then called you back sometime in the next 3 days.
3 days.
Okay.
It was very stressful because there was like nothing definitive about it.
Yeah.
And no confirmation number,
no
record. So I was like, okay, I guess we're going on the wish. And we had to pay it all in advance too. So that was like really stressful. But I was like, all right, well, I guess in 3 days they're going to call us and we're going to do it. So we ended up paying for Wally in points and then paid for us in cash.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got really lucky. I guess you could look at it that way, because they pushed it back a month because it got delayed in production. Well, when they pushed it back a month, your option was get a 50% refund and go on the new dates, or get 50%, all of your money back, and then 50% off any future sailing.
Yep.
I think within the next year or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we had to decide again, are we still going to do this? Is this going to work? We looked at flights. We looked at hotel. We already had our June trip booked because we had annual passes and they expired June 28th. And so we knew we were going, and the cruise was supposed to be right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Well, then it got bumped out a month. And we're like, well, our AP is going to be expired. We weren't going to renew. Like, are we still going to go? And then we'd have to do this whole separate trip. Well, luckily the timing of it was before gas prices went crazy. So we were still able to grab
really
decent airfare.
Yeah. For getting to Orlando.
Boy, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's
so we're like,
awesome.
we're never going to have this opportunity again to be on a brand new ship at 50% off.
Yeah.
Because we did debate, like, should we just take that and put it towards an Alaskan cruise? Because that would
that'd be money well saved.
A good deal.
Yeah.
Right? So, but we just were like, okay, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Who knows what it's going to be? But that was our decision process of going on the wish. It was very late.
And Mike already left, but he asked a question earlier about, it was something about, your first cruise or whatever. And the Wish, has adopted the 3-4 night schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a good for your first cruise. Do not head into it expecting to see everything, do everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a first time cruiser, 3 nights is perfect to figure out if you like it. Some people are cut out for it.
Right.
Some people are like, never again. You're not floating out on the ocean ever again. And that's to know on 3 nights versus 7, 10, 14 through the Panama Canal. So yeah, for sure. They've adopted the Wish is now taking over that itinerary.
So they go 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
You can always book another cruise.
Well, and yeah, that's good advice, because if, for a person who has never cruised, I always say, take a short one.
Mm-hmm.
Take a short one. See if you like it. If you don't, you're not stuck out there for 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But Jeff and I have never been on a Disney cruise, but we absolutely love cruising. So we're going to do that at some point. And William and Jillian, do you know what your countdown is for your cruise?
I couldn't tell you honestly. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Jillian and William are booked on the Wish. So
that's awesome.
So I'm really excited.
Are you on a 3 or 4 night sailing?
It's just 3 nights. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're going in March, a little before our 8th wedding anniversary. So looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Should be good.
It's amazing. It's beautiful.
So that's coming up.
Really not much planning from that.
We couldn't do a whole lot of planning.
We just had to figure out what room we kind of wanted, and then just luck of the draw. Go for it.
And then when they changed it, we probably could have changed rooms, because they ended up, I think, then having room on the sailing because of the date change.
We kept getting DVC emails up to about a week beforehand saying, "Hey, do you know anyone who wants to?"
Yeah. So there was openings. Now, the interesting thing, and we didn't know this until we were on the ship.
Yeah.
The people that booked it after that, so if you weren't on the original and got moved, you paid full price.
Yeah.
So it was a mix of people on the sailing. Some of us were 50% off. Some people paid full fare.
Wow.
That was kind of interesting, and I didn't realize that until.
Yeah. And I also don't think that was right on their part.
Yeah, I'd heard Tom from WDWNT and in one of his vlogs mentioned that.
Yeah, that's where we heard it too. I was like, I didn't even know that. I know there were some people that. So.
Well, golly, since you guys just really, sometimes you luck into the best things in the world. I mean, I've done that before. I'm always really grateful when that happens. But that is fantastic, guys. And I can imagine that. Had you been looking at a diagram of all of those cabins, they would have been disappearing. As people.
It was crazy. Yeah. And I figured I'm not even going to get through. I'll just call and see, and then at least I can say I tried. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, I tried going on the Wish.
Yeah, that's great though.
Yeah.
You know what? And give this again in summary. I will do it again.
It was awesome. And
in a heartbeat.
And we said doing the DVC sailing, that second sailing, it was just
amazing.
Pure magic, because a lot of the people on our ship, first of all, I would say probably 90% of the ship was all triple platinum level.
Yeah. Black lanyards.
Wow. Yeah.
There was a cabin down the hall from us that had a placard on it, and it said that they'd been on Disney ships for
724 nights.
24 nights.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they listed them all out.
These were expert cruisers, which was another really cool thing about being on the sailing, because, and this is pro tip for anybody doing any Disney ship, is go be in the Facebook group for your sailing. Because
I've heard that.
You can sign up for fish extender groups, the magnet exchanges. If you're doing holiday cruises. Different they'll do different
sometimes
tastings.
if you want a cabana at Castaway, they'll groups will post on it. Hey, I got a cabana at Castaway. I have room for 2 more. You want to come hop in?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an awesome community, and that particular Facebook group was amazing, because these were people that they have been on a lot of cruises. They know everything about it.
They know their stuff.
And so person running it did the maiden. So also probably 50% of the ship, I would say, was back to back. So they did maiden, got off, got back on for DVC.
Wow.
They could do, because the maiden,
these people are serious cruisers.
Serious cruisers.
For real.
We're talking
so kind of had this real insider look, because the person who ran the Facebook group was on the Maiden, and she paid for internet and was posting all the stuff on the Maiden cruise. Like, here's what the like fridge looks like in your room. Yep. Here's where you're going to need to go to sign up for Hyperspace Lounge. So that was hugely helpful.
Yeah. Helpful.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot, because so many people have posted. I know you guys have, let's see, we've been doing Travel Talk Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday.
Yep.
You've done 3 episodes on the cruise, and you talked tonight about lounges and entertainment.
Yep.
Then you have 5 videos up. Guys, they have one on embarkation, Marvel Superhero Academy, Day 2 of the Aquamouse and Pool Time, and Pirate Night and the Marvel Dinner. And then the one that I really enjoyed, guys, was Castaway Key and swimming with stingrays. That one was just really. So you guys have a lot of content up, and I feel like I really feel like with everybody wanting information on this new cruise ship, you should do real well with that. With those vlogs.
Yeah,
they have been
getting a lot of views.
Traction.
Yeah, and we've our subscriptions have grown quite a bit because we hit 1K and
with you guys.
Yeah, with you guys.
Yeah,
I think that was that March ish, and then now we're at 1,050. So I mean, we're definitely bringing in some new subscribers, which is really fun. And I just think it's fun, like just getting to interact with people and people watching the videos and like leaving comments like, oh my gosh, we've wanted to do a cruise and it's so fun to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we wanted to start doing the Travel Talk Tuesdays, because we're like, it's just this great time for us to get to share our experience, answer any questions, like kind of share that experience and help people plan. Because I know I'm a super researcher and have tons of questions when we do things. So I just love to be able to like share that and also like learn from other people too.
Well, and amazingly, one of our videos that just does consistently well every single month is showing Wally at Typhoon Lagoon.
It's like it has like 6,000 views. It's
every month.
The toddlers at Typhoon Lagoon, And we were watching it last night. I was like, I haven't watched this in a long time. Like, why do so many people watch this video? And I'm like, that kind of is like a cool view of like what it would be like with a toddler at the water park. And that's I think the content we want to make is just like selfishly for us to have a catalog of our memories. But to get to bring people along, like we paid for internet on the ship and like updated our story consistently. And a lot of it's like for his parents and my parents. And, we have some other friends that like can't travel or don't travel as much. And it's like we get to bring them along with us, which is really fun.
It is fun. So you mentioned...
Go ahead.
You mentioned fish extenders. Explain that to people who may not be familiar with the concept.
I actually have ours right here.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Originates from the original
prepared.
Disney ships. Outside your stateroom is a little clip, and that clip is like a pewter fish.
So that's why they're called fish extenders.
On the Wish, they're no longer fishes. They're different.
They're wish extenders.
They're wish extenders.
Wish extenders. Very nice.
Okay.
So you make these like kind of like stocking type things. Like they kind of look like the like bathroom caddies that you might put.
Yeah.
But my mom made this one for us when we did.
That's super cool.
Yeah. I thought about putting our names on it now.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find like Disney cruise fabric.
That is awesome. I'm about to say that fabric is awesome.
Yeah. So just like make these little pockets and then you just hang them outside your door. I think Mark has a picture. I don't know if we can.
Yeah, I think you should let us. They have to add it in. Share screen.
Yeah.
Window photos.
There we go. If you guys can share that up. That's what it looked like outside of our stateroom door. Yeah. So you can kind of see. We had a Cinderella carriage. So on the other ships, it's a fish. So that's why they're called fish extenders.
And then when the Wish started, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, what do we do? They're not fishes anymore."
And they changed the numbers on the cabin doors too. Like they're round on all the other ones. So if you're doing so you just it's kind of like swap boxes in a way. Like everybody just makes like cute little fun gifts. I saw who was it that commented? Like, I have never done a cruise, but I've sure made a lot of fish extender gifts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, lots of Etsy things, just lots of fun things that you can do with it. We actually did custom photo frames. So I work at a school that has a huge like design lab in it, and so we have a laser engraver. So I was able to like buy some photo frames, wooden photo frames off Amazon, and then design it so that it said like, you know, DVC inaugural season sailing and the dates of our sailing, and then laser engraved it on there. So that was what we did for our fish extender gifts, along with some other fun little things and some little bags and stuff. But it's amazing the creativity that people have. Like, this was one of the gifts that we got from someone.
So another guy with a different laser engraver.
Oh my goodness.
Good one for all of us. So that's mine.
Oh my goodness. How cool is that?
Check that out.
And that was Mark's.
My goodness.
That's amazing.
Those are so cool.
So know, Will, if you participate in the fish extender, you got to have some creative game going on.
No, my goodness.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, just crazy. And then one of the ladies, actually, this is the photo frame. This is what we did for ours.
Yeah, there it is. So I was going to bring up from Walt Disney World News Today's stream, but y'all have that one handy. So yeah, that actually the frames that Mark and Irene made were actually featured by Tom on his Wish merch haul video.
Yeah.
We were
that was super cool. Like I got really excited because I reached out to y'all on Instagram. I was like, oh my goodness, like y'all, y'all's postcard, and the frame was on a WDWNT video.
Nice.
Yeah, your phone starts lighting up. You're like, oh no, what happened?
Right. Tom's a super nice guy. He was in Hooks Barbary. When Mark was in Hooks. And
so what were you doing to Hooks? Were you getting a haircut, or were you there getting a drink?
I was there getting a shave and a haircut, and I scheduled it at a time so I could get a drink. It was the whole.
Okay. So you already had the heads up then that it turns it turns into a.
So that was in the what I call the critical research I did before getting on the Wish. That's the stuff that was like, you got to know. It was that after 5 p.m. Hooks Barbary becomes a bar.
Old-fashioned bar.
An old-fashioned bar.
Oh, interesting.
You don't need an appointment to go there. So you can just go to Hooks Barbary, get a drink after 5.
But Mark had the royal treatment.
But I had the royal treatment.
As evidenced by our cruise.
I could go find the.
How much did you spend?
It was too much. Do know that if you do Hooks Barbary and you actually get the experience, as we've said, it's a senses thing.
Yeah, well, that's like always our gripe about the spa on the ships. Like they
try to sell you, and they're really good at it.
And they want you to buy their product. So as much as you just want to go have like a relaxing experience, they like really are like, oh, well, you should try this like lotion. You should try this cooling gel. Right. I noticed that you had like acne. You should buy this thing. Like, they sell. So that's the one thing we don't like about the spas on the because it was the same experience on the Wish as it was on the Fantasy.
Yeah. So. But you ran into Tom Corliss, of course, is from Walt Disney World News Today. Has www.nt.com, and so that's pretty cool. We're fans of Walt Disney World News Today. I think Tom does a great job over there. So it's really
great
cool.
Sense of humor too.
Yeah, really good to see you.
So yeah, we took a frame and put it outside of his stateroom, like just thinking, like we just wrote him a note, like, thanks, really enjoy your content.
I loaded the Hooks Barbary picture.
Yes, this is Mark at Hooks Barbary.
Oh yeah.
With his fancy shave and his rumble.
Collagen.
Oh,
nice.
Cool.
Getting the royal treatment.
How cool is that?
Collagen treatment.
Shave and a haircut, much more than 2 pence.
Yes.
There you go.
Much more than 2 pence.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The drink was the cheapest part of that whole experience.
Yes. Really?
Yeah. The drinks were like pretty standard Disney price. Really, it wasn't
15, 18 bucks.
So,
but what a great experience! That's
super cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's you gotta treat yourself, a little bit every now and then. We all work hard, and it's nice to do. That's pretty cool. Now, will there be a vlog on that, Mark?
That one's out. I think
it's at the end of our Bahamas day.
Yeah, it was on Pirate Night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
I haven't watched all of them. So.
It's sandwiched in there. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's very, because obviously I'm getting this done, so I wasn't recording the whole time.
Yeah.
Watch closer, you'll see Tom Corliss in the corner sitting.
Yeah.
They're sitting getting a drink, and I came in to, it was my appointment time, and so I actually got a budge in front of them in line.
Very cool.
Nice.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so with now this was Wally's first cruise.
Yep.
And of course you left out of Cape Canaveral.
Mm-hmm.
And how you said this was a DVC sailing? How full was the ship, do you think?
What did they say?
So they said there were 3,000 people. It was about 75% full.
But then some of them didn't get on.
But then some of them didn't get on because they were doing the back-to-back. And
they tested positive for COVID when they got off and couldn't get back on. So,
no.
There was only 250 kids total.
Really?
Because we asked when we did.
And that's from 0 to 18.
Yeah. So we went to an open house at the kids club, and we just were talking to the cast member, and she said, there's only 250 kids on the sailing. And I said, how many are on the next sailing? Because that was like the first official fully paid, cruise sailing. And she said, we're expecting 1,000.
Yep.
So
Gotcha.
Wally kind of it felt like he had the whole ship to himself.
Yeah.
And that's why, we were very lucky to be on this DVC sailing. It was just kind of extra magical, I think, because it was quiet. And I think because a lot of people, a lot of them were older, didn't have kids, wasn't as many families. It was a lot of older retired people that have a lot of DVC points to use. And a lot of them were on the Maiden. So by the time they got on for the DVC, they were doing other things while we were doing all the things that they did the first time around.
So the shows are only about half full.
Shows are half full.
Golly, guys, this is just, this is
we never waited in line for anything.
Wow.
Like I've been watching some of the other cruise vlogs that people have been putting up, and even like the Incredizone, when we went and did that, I saw somebody else's, and there's a line to go through it, and Wally just went through it, got off. We're not just kept going through it. So, and it might have been the timing of when we went up there, but I also think there just was less kids in general on the ship.
Yeah.
So it was
and less functional adults too that could do it. I mean, it was not. I did it. It was not easy. well, if you do it, good luck.
You probably won't.
You probably won't win because I got stuck in one part of it
for a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
Always already down and ready to go through it a second time.
There's Daddy. Oh, Daddy's stuck back here. Don't worry about it.
That's so funny.
But bring socks if you want to do that. That was
bring socks.
Our pro tip for that is you have to have socks.
Make sure you asked on about embarkation. I got my wand out. It's sitting here and I'm going to hit someone.
Yeah.
Make sure on embarkation you go get one of these. I've heard many vloggers say, here you go, that it's for kids only. Whoops, I'm upside down. There you go. It's for kids only. It's not. They'll give you one if you want one. So make sure we all got them.
And that's another thing we learned through watching other people's videos is they rotate who's in the grand hall.
Yes.
So we had Cinderella and Prince Charming, and I assumed it was just always Cinderella and Prince Charming because it's Cinderella's ship. But they do rotate out the princesses and stuff.
Okay.
So, I thought it was super magical to have Cinderella and Prince Charming. I mean, any of the princesses would be fun to have, but I thought
and you'll be generally hanging out, taking pictures anyways, but hang out in that lobby to do the ceremony.
And I think they do it every
20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice because you know how they announce your name when you get on the ship. They pause that, they pause announcing names to do the wish ceremony, and then they resume saying names. So it is really nice because they make it this quiet, special moment to really get.
Nathan, welcome in.
Cool. Welcome in, Nathan.
But that's
thanks for being here
for sure.
Yeah, that's neat.
And pro tip embarkation, if you've not done a Disney cruise, sorry, I hit someone.
Put the wand down.
If you've not done a Disney cruise from Castaway, there is a viewing area outside it. I mean, it's kind of like a smoker's deck, and
I think that's really what it was built for.
But you can go out and see the side of the ship before you get on it,
and take great pictures.
And they'll kind of rush you past it.
Yeah.
So if you're waiting around for your group to be called, or you've taken your picture before you're going to get in line to get on the ship, tell them, nope, I'm going to divert and go out to the deck.
Just the ships are so magnificent. They're just massive, and just beautiful. And so like really
what we learned last night, the color of the ship is
I was just thinking before.
Not Rhonda blue.
Something with an M. Oh my gosh. Monica blue.
Monica blue.
Okay.
Official. It's not black. It's actually Monica blue. So I can find you talk. I'm gonna go see if I can find one of the books. So we got it.
Monica blue.
Monica blue. Yeah. So you'll look at it and be like, that's black. No, it's Monica blue.
All right.
Now I never thought. Hey, Sebastian the Crab. Good to see you, Jeanette.
Hey, Jeanette.
Now I have never thought that Disney ships were black. The thing that I love about the paint job is that I saw a documentary. I think it was when the Magic first came into Galveston Harbor, and about, they had so many ideas about what these ships should look like. Some of them were, had characters all over them. I saw several prototypes, and I love that they settled on one that is reminiscent of the old sailing ships, Cunard Line. I absolutely love, that wonderful nostalgic look that Disney cruise ships have. I think it's great.
This was like part of what that's modeled after.
All right, here we go.
Oh, neat.
Oh, wow.
This was the original, like before Disney Cruise Line started, they contracted out with these big red boats, Disney Cruise, and then they built their own. And then this was, these were the ships that Walt sailed on.
Wow.
And they really wanted to model it after that.
There you go.
Is this the complimentary book that they gave out as part of the sailing? So that was another thing that they mentioned that Tom had mentioned.
In our room, the last night of the sailing, and that was special about doing the DVC. They spoiled us with gifts every day.
Yeah.
What was in our next day, and it is an incredible book. Like we've started reading it at bedtime with Wally, and it's just really cool. So this is Monica. And those are her blue pants.
Nice.
That is the color of the ship because they had done all these different paintings and they were trying to figure out what it should be, and they were getting ready to go into the final presentation. And they were like, it's still not right. It's still not right. They're like, it needs to be the color of your pants.
Kathy Hollister, welcome in.
So they used her pants as the paint color.
So when everyone's going on, getting on, they're like, wow, I love that black color. They're like, no, that's Monica blue.
And then they gave us
Monica blue. There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
So pretty. Oh, that's
look
beautiful.
At that.
At the top.
Yep. It's got all the different characters.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it's got the Disney Wish logo on there. So they gave us steel bookmarks and these amazing books. And it's really, this is a really cool book because it talks in general just about the whole history of Disney Cruise Line.
But then it's going to get into the building of the Wish.
And just the first part of it talks about just how building any ship is hard, and it's the engineering process, but the Wish taking shape during a global pandemic and all the additional hurdles they had to overcome with people going into remote work and having to put in safety and health protocols for the ship being built and all this stuff.
Very special.
I got really emotional when I read that because this was Wally's first cruise, and that was something he lived through in the first 5 years of his life, and then to kind of have this be this big moment to get to be a part of.
That's true.
Coming out of that felt
special,
really amazing. So, and was it perfect? No, did they have pieces of tape somewhere and bungee cords because they didn't have a lock or something?
You ever bought a new house and walked around with little tape squares? That's exactly what the ship was like. I'm not kidding. There were
it was
little red dots on lights that wouldn't turn on.
It was this is amazing that it's even here.
It's amazing. Yeah, guys, just realize that.
The lady
you go, Debbie.
Told us she was on the Wonder before, and then got told she was going to be on the Wish, and so she actually got to go over to Germany and get on the ship there, and then sail with it.
Wow.
To Florida.
Yeah. Wow.
And she said it was crazy because she would go to bed And then
she'd have a way to and from her job.
Yeah, to and from her job. And then she'd go to bed at night. She'd wake up in the morning. She'd open her door and she's like,
there's a wall.
There's a wall. There wasn't a wall here when I went to bed last night. Like they were literally still building the ship.
Wow.
As it was sailing over from Germany.
That is crazy.
Gracious.
Wow.
Yeah.
So to do all of that, and because that happened in June, because when we were down there for our June trip, we almost got up at like 2:00 in the morning and drove down to Cape Canaveral to watch it come in for the first time.
Yeah,
it's too much for a 5-year-old.
We have a friend who was there and took like a long distance picture. He didn't have time to take one close up, but he took a long distance picture of it, of it coming in, and I'm sure
that was like a month before we boarded it. I mean, it wasn't a lot of time between when it left Germany to when people were getting on board.
Exactly.
Wow. So for that to be
and this was called a Shakedown Cruise.
I mean, they didn't bill it as a shakedown. There were people on our cruise paying full fare.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they ended up canceling some of the shakedowns. They were supposed to have more. Yeah. And I think they only had one official shakedown.
The media cruise, and then they had one official shakedown.
And then they had the maiden, and then DVC, and then regular. So it was kind of a shakedown cruise, though, still. I mean, they were definitely still, figuring things out.
Good question. Right. I mean, fundamentally, the ship was done. Fundamentally, it was done.
I didn't feel like there was.
Were there some light bulbs out? Yeah, there were some light bulbs out that they probably didn't catch the wire.
It was actually really cool. I thought, loving Disney so much and paying attention to those details. Yeah. Like we just would wander through spaces while Wally was in the kids club, and we walked down. I think it's like the handicap entrance to the theater. Like if you're in a wheelchair, because I was on the main level, and we're like, there's a paper sign on that door. They don't even have the real sign yet. Yeah. That's so cool. Like, you never get to see that side at Disney.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So we thought it was really cool to find little things.
So question on the kids clubs. Did you have full peace of mind? I know that's one thing, I talked to Jillian about it, and right now it's just, her and I going on the cruise. And so, I told her, I was like, they have the kids clubs. Like I had a previous coworker, she was my manager, and the first time they went on a Disney cruise, they just fell in love with it. Like her and her husband and their son, like that just became their thing. Like they loved it so much.
Yep.
And another cool thing is they met another family with a boy that was around the same age, and that they just all hit it off. Like all of them together hit it off. Like, the parents and the kid. And so now they cruise together annually, at least. And so I was like, man, that's super cool. And so that's what I've heard is some people, just seem to find other people on the cruise that they just really gel with, and they just continue cruising together.
Yep. Some of our best
Disney friends are from when we did our fantasy cruise. They were on their honeymoon and they were seated at our table. Because if you cruise as a couple, you'll get seated at tables with other couples. I don't know if it's that same way on the Wish.
It seemed like they were seating other people together.
Yeah, but we had 2 other couples at our table. The one couple was a little strange.
Interesting.
After the cruise. But the other couple, I mean, we go out to visit them in Chicago. They come out.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Yeah. So, and then their wedding anniversary, we were on the cruise for my birthday. They got married on my birthday. So it's kind of a fun connection.
Very cool.
And there's some of our best friends now,
That is so cool.
But in terms of the care, I mean, it's top notch. They have tons of staffers. I mean, that one night we picked up Wally when he was there with maybe 2 other kids.
At midnight.
At midnight, there were 12 people standing around twiddling their thumbs because they had nothing to do.
They're very well cared for. It's super secure. We kind of talked about it a little bit on our stream before this, but it's, I mean, the process, they have someone you check in with, and then the kids go down the slide. They give them magic. They scan that, and that's what has all their information.
They're in a secure area. There is no other way into this space.
And then when they host open house events, and like when we went to the Marvel one, it is locked down from the kids. And there was 2 security guards standing right there, like guarding the door so that no kids would come in and no one would go out.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So it feels totally secure. Like the first night Wally went down, he goes in the, he was so excited. He like sits in the sled and he goes, bye. And like down the slide he goes. And we're just like crying. We're like, we just sat there for an hour because we're like, what do we do? Like, I didn't know what to do.
We literally just sat there. Like,
so you guys were very comfortable leaving him, and and felt good about that. So that's great.
In heaven, and I've heard that time and time again. Like, Wally's a pretty outgoing kid. He's pretty social, but even like I've heard that kids that are very shy and very reserved and kind of more clingy to their parents, they go to the kids club the first time and they're like they don't want to leave. Like they never leave. Right. They want to be there the whole time. And it's their space. I mean, and they have like crafts and story time and activities and superheroes and princesses and mini dance parties. And they're just having a blast. I mean,
that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard about the kids' activities on, especially Disney cruises, but other cruise lines do a really good job with that as well. Because they want to give the parents a little time together. A little time, together too. And so I think it's a
smart business model.
It is.
They're happy, and at the kids club, mom and dad can go have a drink, and they're going to spend more money because the kids are happy. And
that's right.
It's smart and it works. Yeah. And the kids are super happy.
If you're at Nassau and you want to go do a adult tour. Drop the little one at.
You can't. That I don't know how comfortable I would be like doing a shore excursion and leaving my Wally on the ship. Like I think he'd be fine, but that makes me a little anxious. And then on Castaway, we didn't do it because we did the stingrays and stuff, but they do have a kids club on Castaway, Island, and that's the one difference because the Disney Cruise Line staff runs Castaway. When you're at Castaway, there's not as much happening on the ship because a lot of that staff gets off to work on the island.
Right.
But then they have the kids club on the island too.
Okay.
Kids can go to.
Okay. That was one of the questions that we had that I had come up. I've got to ask you then about this $5,000 drink in a Camtono. From The Mandalorian. Can y'all tell us a little bit about that? I saw that on, I guess it was somebody's Instagram or Walt Disney World News Today or something. Tell us about that. Did you guys see it, or what's up
anybody
with that?
Order it?
No.
It's on the menu. $5,000.
We know there were 2 ordered on our ship.
$5,000 drink, y'all.
Yes.
So it's
technically
like a whole flight.
4 drinks. Technically 4 drinks you're getting.
Yeah, okay. It's a flight of like expensive, nice liquor. And then you also get, and we haven't seen any coverage of this, but
this is what I'm sad about. We haven't seen any coverage of that.
They do like a decorated room. So you get like a special Star Wars decorated room.
Okay.
Supposedly a special Star Wars escort off the ship. And then you get, and this is what sold me on it. Not that I have $5,000 to throw at it, but if I did, like if somebody was like, here's $5,000, you can do the Star Cruiser or you can buy the carbonated drink on the Wish. You get entrance for 4 people to Skywalker Ranch.
What?
Yeah.
I think that's a better spend of $5,000 than the Star Cruiser.
Oh my word!
Yeah.
Because you can't just go to Skywalker Ranch. No. And for 4 people, I thought originally we were like, if for one person.
And Disney's going to discount that Star Cruiser, so
it's true. But
I would 10 times rather do this.
Oh, that's crazy.
It comes served in a Camtono, which is the
ice cream maker,
ice cream freezer thing in the Mandalorian that the Imperial credits are paid to Mando and by the client, and it's pretty cool. And I knew that there were other things that came with it. So really, that's fun to me. I mean, I don't have $5,000 to drop on that,
right?
But it's fun. Yeah, it's a fun offer.
Yeah. I mean, I really think it's better value than Star Cruiser. Like if somebody was like, "I'm giving you $5,000, but you can only spend it on one of these 2 things," I would do that.
Yep.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would totally do that.
That's crazy.
And the drinks at Skywalker Ranch would be, oh my goodness.
The drinks are actually they're amazing. I mean, they're
they're a nice quality, like
very nice. You're getting a 21-year age port. You're getting Angel's Share gin. So that's basically the gin that evaporates off the top level of gin, and then they capture it out of the air.
It's also very nice.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You're getting wild,
very high quality, wildly high quality.
Yeah. So here's the pro tip, Will. When you get on the ship, you just find another couple that looks like they have $5,000. Very good friends with them, and then you become the other two that gets to
there you go. It's a plan. It's totally.
Will,
that's wild.
Looking for people. Those are our new friends right there.
How do you feel about Star Wars?
that girl's got a Dooney. She's got like 3 Dooney bags.
Find those people.
Those Gucci. Oh, those Gucci glasses and shoes.
Find those people.
Yeah.
Scope them out. Yeah, so that's really cool.
I was actually when we were waiting in line for hyperspace, I was talking about it with people around me, and there was a lady like 3 back. She's like, "Are you buying it? Is it just you and your husband cruising? Because I'll be your friend." Like, we're not doing it. But if I had $5,000, I would do it.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
but that's a good technique, though.
It is. It's just a fun offer. It's pretty cool.
I think that's a prime example, though. Like the Wish is definitely their like luxury liner. Like I do think it is catering more to like more of kind of the luxury high end, willing to pay a little bit more cruiser.
Okay.
I mean, I will say that there's kind of that vibe on the ship. Not to say you can't go on it if you don't have $5,000 to spend on a car. But it definitely has
I'm already out.
Opportunity. So I think that it just is. It's kind of built to be more their like elite luxury ship.
Gotcha.
But it's a beautifully designed ship. I also, and I don't remember this from when we were on the Fantasy, but it felt like the design piece of it was more heavily highlighted. Like in the main atrium right outside of the Walt and Roy Disney dining room, they had a whole cabinet that showed like the threads for the carpet, the paint colors, so like kind of really showcasing the Imagineering and design of the ship. And I thought that was really cool to see throughout the ship. Like there's definitely a lot of detail.
It is. And there are nerds like us who love that kind of, love that kind of detail, love to see what goes into the design and how they arrive at, the choices that they make to bring these things, to life, really. So that's gonna that is gonna be great.
Downscale is not right. The other Disney ships are not like trash barges.
No.
Come on. No, we're actually we've booked more cruises.
We loved it that much. Like we had
okay.
We're going back to the 2 original ships.
So so our next cruise is on the Magic, which is the very first.
So, and I think this is something they do on other cruise lines too, is they try to book you for the next one. So what kind of, if you're allowed to say, what kind of offer did they make you?
Yeah, 10% off.
Yeah, if you do a placeholder, which was $250 on board, then you can get 10% off a future sailing.
Okay.
So we booked a placeholder, and then we used that to book a cruise, and then we were like, "Oh, this one looks kind of good too." And we didn't have another placeholder. You can book multiple placeholders, I guess.
Well, and for the other one that we booked,
the other one we did a guarantee.
We couldn't do a placeholder.
So if you're going to do a guarantee room,
which is I want a room. Here's the room type I want. You figure it out.
So we don't know what our room number. We just know it's going to be a veranda room, but no idea where it's going to be. But it was like $1,800 less to book that than like. And it was
less than picking an inside room. It was still $500 less than
cheaper than
inside room.
Even an inside room to do a guarantee.
Yeah.
So we're like learning that whole side of it. We know we want to do Alaska for Mark's 40th. Summer of 2024.
Yeah.
So, but we want to get to gold status before then so that we have better chance at like the shore excursions and those sorts of things.
Right.
So we're like, well, we'll just go on like some less expensive cruises. So we're doing one out of Galveston. We're going to do one out of San Diego. And then we have a surprise one booked for Wally that we haven't fully disclosed to him yet. So.
Okay. Wow. So okay. Hey, that's a
so testament that we're willing.
Right.
We're willing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should give you a positive feel.
There's just something very, very magical about Disney cruising. And I think especially like Wally's age was just like so perfect and magical that we just want to really like kind of cash in on this like age and time with him to do some more sailings. And we didn't renew our annual passes to Disney World, so we're gonna like do some cruising for a while. So
it sounds like fun. I mean, if you're gonna decide not to do the APs, cruising sounds like it'd be the way to go. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. So
I looked up my picture of the hyperspace lounge.
That's what I was about to ask about is dining and what, as far as dining, just give us kind of a little rundown, if you will, of the dining options available on the ship.
Yeah. So your cruise fare includes the rotational dining.
Okay.
And then you can pay it's just a flat fee to do some of the upscale dining experiences. We didn't even have a chance at booking any of those because again, it was like all platinum cruisers. So we didn't even have a chance at getting anything. But you can do brunch or dinner on the Wish. You can do Palo, which is on all of the other Disney ships.
Okay.
Which I didn't know this, but if you get to platinum level, you get a free dinner at Palo and free champagne.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, which is kind of cool.
When you sailed on that many cruises.
Right.
So how many does it take to get to gold? You mentioned gold a second ago.
Yeah. So gold, you have to have completed 5.
Yep.
So your 6th sailing, you're officially at gold.
Okay.
And then platinum is 10. So then your 11th sailing, you're at platinum.
Wow.
So all your rotational dining, those included in your cruise fare. All of the like Marceline Marketplace, the Mickey and Friends Festival of Foods. So you can get as much like sodas, black coffee, not like lattes or specialty coffee drinks. Ice cream, barbecue, chicken tenders. Everybody jokes about the chicken tenders are the best thing on the Disney cruise ships. So you can really eat as much as you want, and that's all included. And with dinners,
as your cruise director will always tell you, the only way you're getting your money back is by eating food.
If you see it, eat it.
Yep. Got it.
And then at the end of the cruise, they'll tell you like, okay, here's the grand totals on this cruise. You guys
like 36,000 chicken tenders and
right.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny.
That is funny.
I've always said I love salmon, so I've always said like at the end of our sailings, the head chef must have taken a look at the inventory and said, "Man, next cruise we're going to have to order more salmon. What happened to all the salmon?" Was me.
Well, and like the buffet, you can get crab claws and they have mussels, they have shrimp, like all you can eat,
right.
So
just keep going.
Yeah. See, you eat really well. There's definitely never a like lack of access to food. Right, and then room service is also included.
Yep.
So 24/7, you can get room service delivered to your room at no extra cost. They do charge.
Don't take advantage of that at any point.
We did. We got room service one night. We ordered a little like cheese tray. You got a burger. We got some chocolate chip cookies for Wally.
Nice.
There you go.
So we definitely did that one night. Yeah, like 2 a.m.
Yep, 2 a.m. We wanted a charcuterie plate. Yep. Here they come.
We did not.
There you go. See, that is so cool. You have to do that at least once in your life, right?
Yeah.
And remember about the food is when you're especially at the rotational dining, you can order like 2 entrees. They'll let you do it.
You can.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're like, I want.
Well, one night you got at Arendelle, you wanted the pork loin. They couldn't do it because
well, no, they did the pork one at Arendelle. It was different than yours. I don't know where they got that pork.
I don't remember. I think wasn't it Arendelle that they also brought you a steak?
But then they also brought me the steak.
We couldn't give you exactly what you wanted, so we just brought you both.
Well, and specifically because they'd overcooked it the night before, they're like, we want to prove to you we can cook this rib roast.
Yes,
so
brought that to them as well.
rib roast too.
But if you want 3 appetizers, if you want 2 entrees, if you want to try
Mickey
all
bars.
the desserts, if you want to get a Mickey
they'll just bring it to you
in the morning, like that's all included. So
yeah,
for sure. Like
there are some goofy things that you'll be like, well, that's goofy. As you're heading into the show, they have a little prelude stand. It's like a concession stand. Everything there costs money.
Yeah,
so
like
popcorn.
But you can bring your popcorn buckets. Nope. On any popcorn bucket, they will refill it.
$1.25 or $1.75 or something like that.
The guy at the popcorn.
So I could just bring one from the parks and they'd refill it.
Yes,
oh,
the ones they had on the ship were the same ones from the park.
They were the same ones that had the park. They're the orange ones that have all the characters.
Yeah.
Right now, and we have one of those, and so we were like, if it's a special popcorn bucket for the Wish, we'll get it. But that's the one they had, and we're like, well, if it was a Wish one, he's like, oh, this is special for the Wish. Let me show you. And he like shows us the Splash Mountain piece, and he's like, you see this Splash Mountain? Who's in the front? And I was like, Minnie. He's like, yep. Minnie's the captain of the ship, so she's in the front. And I was like, all right, that was pretty good.
What a sales pitch. What a sales pitch.
Really good job. So he almost had us. If we hadn't had that popcorn bucket already.
And then every once in a while you ask for water and they'll give you a bottle of water.
So bottled water.
That's going to come with a cost. So like we got off on Castaway Cay and they're like, would you like some water? And I was like, yeah. Is it bottled? Are you going to charge me for this? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I'll just wait till I get a half mile down the road and get some free fountain water.
Exactly.
There you go.
Back off the island, then they had
water,
fruit flavored water. And that was free. So you just kind of like, there's little things like that.
Yeah.
That you get charged for. But even if you did, I think it was like $1.50 for a bottle of water.
But yeah, the water
it
was a standard Dasani. Like $4.
I don't think it was even that. I think it was cheaper than that. I don't know. But I mean, it's still reasonable standard Disney prices. Yeah. And you can bring on 2 bottles of wine
per adult
or 6 cans of beer per adult. So if you want to like bring on some like wine or something for your room and not pay for cocktails at dinner or things like that.
Like we brought on a bottle.
That's kind of standard, I think, for
we brought a bottle of Prosecco for a room to have during sailing away time.
So I mean, there's always that option too. I mean, you really can do it at pretty minimal cost, besides what you've already paid. So.
So what was your what then was your favorite dining experience? What was your the one that y'all enjoyed the most?
I enjoyed
I
enjoyed the food the most at 1923.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, after we got to see the allergy menu for it,
there were things on
the allergy menu which we would have loved to have tried instead of just looking at the standard menu with allergy adjustments.
Right. Okay.
The food was amazing there.
It was very good. Everything was well done. But then we really love the experience of Arendelle.
Yeah.
Like the entertainment, the show is just phenomenal. Like the
trio of musicians they bring out are amazing.
Yeah. That was what Tom said too. In his video, they were top notch.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
The singers were good too, but the musicians were rock stars.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah. And the show is really good.
It's really
the show's
cute.
One that you feel like you can go to a couple different times.
Because that's Oaken is hosting an engagement party for Anna and Kristoff.
Yeah.
And so it's like a really cute premise. And the actor who does Oaken is just like hysterical. Like they just did a really good job with
He comes walking up behind you.
And he like is in tiptoey like stance the whole time. And it's just really cute, really well done. And the food was very reminiscent, I thought, of
Oscar Shoes.
Akershus.
Akershus. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like that good food that you used to get
and
there.
They had like that the meatball, like the kind of Scandinavian platter. Reminded me a lot of that. So we really enjoyed that meal a lot.
Cool.
And we've talked about it a lot in our vlogs, but the allergy awareness dining on the ship was top notch. So much so that if you're looking at the menu and you're like, this doesn't look that good, ask to see the allergy menu because you're going to get something completely different. It's not
like even if you don't have allergies, you can see what other options.
That's a good
tip.
Yeah.
Right. So good. So they cater to that. So that's good to know, to dietary, concerns. They do that in the parks, guys. Their Disney is really good about that. And so I'm not surprised that they do that, on the cruise ships as well.
And it's one of the nice things is you get your server team stays with you. So every night when you go to the restaurant, you have the same food and beverage team that goes with you. So like the first night, Mark got the salad, and they left the manchego cheese off because he has a dairy allergy, but he can do goat's milk. Yeah. So then she brought him like a whole bowl of manchego cheese. Well, then the next night,
I'd ordered a salad too, and
she'd ordered a salad. And she's like, I just brought you some like manchego in case you wanted that too. So like again, she brought him like a whole bowl of cheese because she knew he could have it and he liked it, and so they get to know you, and they do a really nice job with that, which is awesome.
That's cool.
It is neat. So what? Just a couple of questions to wrap it up, guys, so we don't keep here all night. What was your, because we could probably,
I know.
what was your favorite part of the experience overall? What would you say was your favorite takeaway?
I think like for us personally too, just like it being Wally's first cruise was really just extra magical. But as far as just like cruising on the Wish in general, I thought the Oceaneers Club was really cool, like getting to see that, and like the Imagineering Lab, and like it really inspired Wally. Like he really walked away from the sailing like, I want to be an Imagineer. Like I know what that is now, and that's so cool, and I definitely want to do that. So I just thought like all those extra touches and things, and just the elegance of the ship. It just was a really beautiful ship.
Neat.
Yeah, I mean, it was experiencing it with Wally the first time. I mean, it really was. The other thing I like that they do, they're very mindful about all the different spaces. I really enjoyed, we went to the Nightingales Lounge, and I would have liked to have gone back there for live jazz music. The Bayou Lounges is open. They've rejiggered the shape of like kind of the more family game show lounge. And that was more open. It used to be a closed in at the end of the ship, and now it's kind of an open space, which was it was really cool. And you'd be walking by, and it would just, they really did a good job making all these spaces to draw you in.
Yeah.
Versus like previously, they'd be down a hall, and unless you went down that hall, you wouldn't ever see them.
Right.
Those shows in the grand hall.
Having the shows in
the
grand
hall.
We
probably wouldn't have taken Wally to that Who's Behind the Curtain show, but we stumbled by it and it was
because
happening.
You're walking fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just kind of discovering magic at every turn.
Yes. Discovering magic at
Yeah.
every turn. The Wish is designed for that compared to what I remember from the fantasy. And
cool.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Jillian had a question. She asked which room was your which theme was your room on the ship?
Cinderella. We were on a
Cinderella.
Yeah. So
which floor were you on?
We were on 7.
Deck 7.
And I think 6 and 7 are Cinderella.
Okay.
We're on floor 8 when we go.
So, because I know we had a friend on 8, and that was the what is it? Is it green? Is it Sword in the Stone? Is that what it is? Or is it Bambi? I don't know. There's Bambi, Sword in the Stone, Frozen, Cinderella. And there's Moana
somewhere in there.
There's
too,
Moana in there too.
Yeah.
Jillian says we're on an 8.
Okay.
So whatever that's.
Yeah.
Well, and that might be good. So the one thing that we found very interesting about the Wish, and I'm curious if when you guys go on it, if it'll be worked out by then, but at least aft deck 7, pretty good vibration.
We did feel a lot of vibration.
Not motion of the ship, but it was vibration of whatever would cause vibration on the ship. And it was pretty significant at points of the night.
Yeah.
While we were eating in the Arendelle, so Arendell's on deck 4, right above where I'm assuming this vibration comes from. And I could really tell it there. And then from our
like laying in bed at night, it just kind of felt like
yeah.
So I don't know if that and they do have
postulated as the new LNG engines.
They have new LNG
generators,
and they have a different like propeller system
and a different propeller prop system.
So I don't know because we were aft on the Fantasy on deck 8.
Yeah,
and I don't remember feeling that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what you think if you notice that. It just felt more like vibration.
So if you're bugged by that kind of stuff at night, I would go midship or forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jillian says we're midship. So Cargo says, when is the cruise? It's in March of next year. So Cargo.
Okay, so guys, please, by all means, if you have any questions for Mark and Irene specifically about the cruise, go ahead and put them in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, by all means, put a comment. And we'll try to answer your question, Mark and Irene. We can probably find out the answer if we don't know immediately. Or you can send us an email at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com too.
And check out their vlogs also if you have if you've got more questions or want to see some of the things they saw. Check out their vlogs.
Definitely, their links are in the description of this video, guys. Instagram and YouTube. So by all means, check those out. If you guys could pass on something, what would it be? Was there anything you would just skip? If you when you go again, is there something you'll just kind of not do?
Probably Hyperspace Lounge.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why
that hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. We were so excited about it. We waited in line.
And that's probably why. That's probably why we were so excited about it. And everything was up here, and
it just wasn't. I don't know.
I've had way more fun at Oga's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good to know.
I think it's worth going.
It's worth going if you're a Star Wars
and
fan. There's some fun things to look at. It's fun to play with the menu.
Yeah.
Again, if you don't get it and you can't get in, don't kill yourself and be sad and have it ruin the rest of your trip because it's not worth that.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not worth that.
Cargo. Thank you so much.
And if for some reason you can't get a reservation, again, my comment is go like when the shows are going and you see a lot of people clear out and just beg the host, like, can you give me 15 minutes in there? I promise that's all you need.
Really, if you go because we had a 5:15 reservation and at 5:30 the place was empty.
There was no one in there. The staff was sitting around twiddling their thumbs. You walked up to that hostess at that. I mean, he came in and said, if you have anyone that wants to come join you, you can have them come down.
Yeah. So you probably could sneak in there like at 5:30.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
Eventually, it won't be like needing a reservation.
Yeah.
It will just be more like a lounge, like drop in, grab a drink.
It'd be much more fun if it was that.
I think that might have contributed to it. It was just like because it was like we had to have this reservation and stand in line, and it was like everyone was so hyped up about it. I think if it had just been like a lounge that we had like walked into to get a drink, it might have not felt like a disappointment.
Yeah. Like we did in Nightingales. We just walked into Nightingales and had a very lovely evening.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing evening.
Okay.
So, I think the other thing decided, unless they change the show, we probably won't do the Marvel dining experience again.
Yeah, it wasn't our favorite. I mean, it was
cute.
really well done.
I would do it.
Wally
it adds to the MCU.
Super into it. Yeah. But I don't know what they're going to do if they're going to change it. Because like they say now showing, and so I don't know if they're going to do a different version of it eventually. But to us, it felt like one and done versus like on the other ships, the animator's palette, you could do that over and over and over and over again. And it's a different experience every time and it's fun. This felt like once you've done this show, you've done
this show. Yeah.
So
and the food wasn't the best. So
it wasn't our favorite food.
That combination, we're like, well, if we can get Enchante that night or Palo that night, sure. We're gonna leave Wally in the kids club.
There you go.
Anyway,
okay.
We're gonna go have mommy, daddy fun dinner and enjoy ourselves. And
so I mean, it's definitely worth doing. Like you want to do it like the first time.
You want to do it.
But don't skip it. If you were going out, like if we go on the Wish again, then I think we would skip that one unless they change the show up.
They change the show.
Yeah.
But I also don't know how they would, because it's got the whole cast of the Avengers in there.
Yeah.
Which had to have cost a lot of money to produce. Like, I can't imagine that, like, they can, be like, hey, Paul Rudd, like, come shoot just a couple more shots for us. We'll pay you $5. Like, it's gonna be like a multi-million-dollar production to make another version of that show. So I can't imagine it will rotate anytime soon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But
that's
anything. So we've mentioned, anything you pass on. Is there anything you think is can't miss?
The Kids Club. I think like going and touring the Oceaneers Club, whether you're traveling with kids or not, going to that open house, it's just such a
I know
cool
Stacy's
space.
been saying in here there are sleeping porgs in the Kids Club in the cargo bay. So you go sleeping porg. There's also another creature. I don't know what he is.
The cat.
The cat creature that's chewing on a porg.
Yeah.
No. Yes, he is.
He's like snuggling something.
Snuggling a porg stuffy.
He's not chewing on a porg.
Well, Stacy and Garrett will be happy to hear that.
I wouldn't miss the show it when you're embarkation.
Yeah,
you easily could if you get really caught up.
I watched somebody else's vlog. It was their very first cruise, and they didn't go up to the sailing away party.
Oh,
and it's not in the Navigator.
No.
Okay.
So they don't have that in the Navigator, which is interesting. I've noticed that, and it's consistent across all the ships. They don't like advertise that, but definitely go do the sailing away party because it's so fun and magical, and all the characters come out, and all the princes and princesses, and the music is great, and so that's definitely like you have to do it.
You're sailing out of Cape Canaveral, stay on the starboard side of the ship, and you'll see you'll be on the cameras, all the port cameras, so you can wave at your family.
Cool.
Gotcha. Important tip.
If you're on the port side of the ship,
hey, my backyard sides. Good to see you guys.
Equipment.
Yes.
So
space nerd.
You'll be close enough to a live rocket you could throw a stone at it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I love that.
That's really
Speaking of, guys, they've also put up a vlog on your first trip to Kennedy Space Center. So be sure and check out all of the vlogs. I can't think. Gosh, I think we've covered all the questions that we had. We'll think of a lot, I'm sure. But by all means, guys.
One more question. Any suggestions for Pirates Night?
Oh, what was that?
Any suggestions for the Pirates Night?
I think pack outfits. The one thing I will say is it's a little. Do you have first or second dining?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and that's another thing we would say. We prefer second dining.
Okay.
Second dining.
Okay.
Yeah. My friend Heather went on it. She had first dining. She said she felt like she just didn't get to do enough on the ship. And you kind of like the time frame of when because eating takes longer than the show.
Yeah. So it takes 45
so the show's
minutes.
like 45 minutes to an hour. Dining can take like 2 hours.
Okay.
So if you do the dining first, you kind of eat up the whole time up until the show, and then by the time the show's done, everything's kind of done. Like there's still like some adult entertainment and stuff in the evenings, but a lot of the other stuff is done by then.
But during if you're doing dining early, you pretty much blitz an hour and a half to 2 hours of activities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone. It's gone.
So, and Pirate Night on the 3-night sailings, they ramrodded in there. So if you're on like a 4 or 5 night sailing, 4-night, you'll do like the 4th rotational dining night will be Pirate Night, and they do a special pirate menu for dining. And then 5-night sailings, then you have like a formal dinner, and then 7 and 10 is just like repeating over. But on the 3-night sailing, you will have Pirate Night the same night as another meal.
Okay.
So I really wanted to have like themed outfits since all the dining was like so themed. I wanted to have like kind of a nice formal outfit for 1923. Marvel, we did like different like Marvel shirts, and he has all the Roosevelt's like Marvel shirts, and then Arendelle, I wanted to kind of be dressed up like in like Arendelle looking colors and just kind of nice. So our Pirate Night was on the second night, the night we had Marvel.
Okay.
So we went down, and they'll do the pictures before the first dining and the second dining. And the pirate pictures are tons of fun because they bring like all the characters out in pirate gear. Yeah. So they had Chip and Dale, they had Goofy, they had Minnie, they had Mickey. Fun. And so it's definitely super fun. And then they had like a really fun pirate chest background that was really cool. And so those are really fun, and you don't want to miss those. This was, I don't know if
I have
you
that loaded up, Will, if you want to put that up.
That was the like pirate chest that they had. It was like super cute backdrop, and then just all the pirate characters were super fun.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I had Goofy out.
So I would say for sure bring pirate
gear, and you're gonna want to do pictures. So what we did is like we were dressed for dinner, we went to the show, and then we went to dinner, and then we raced back up to our room, did a 5-second costume change, ran all the way back downstairs, took photos, and then ran all the way up to the top deck to do the pirate.
Because here, look at, you can see our timestamp up here. This is 10:02 p.m.
10:02 at the restaurant,
and this is 10:13. So literally,
my goodness!
Oh wow!
Wow!
And the elevators are really busy because everybody's trying to get up to the top for
pirate night.
So we literally like ran from deck 4 to deck 7 to deck 3 to deck 11.
Wow.
In the course of like 25 minutes.
And so that's the only thing about late dining. If you want to have specialty outfits,
I would say like go to the show in pirate gear, take your pictures, and then go change for dinner. You know, and then maybe do a simplified pirate outfit. I don't know. It's if you want to dress up. And that's what I would say about pirate gear too. Like some people have amazing pirate outfits, like gorgeous, like dresses and full captain coats and stuff. We just have like the cheap like pirate costumes we bought
Spirit
at like
store
Spirit on Cruise.
Right.
They go over like I just threw mine like over my dress.
Yeah.
So you can throw one over clothes. And that made it really quick and easy to like.
See, that's smart to try and figure out how to combine outfits so that you don't have to do
I had on this blue dress, and then I just had one of those like
y'all look great.
Pirate bustier things. Corsets. So I just like threw that on over the dress. I actually had it on backwards. I realized, but. Can't tell in pictures. But that made it
but you can see by the time we got up to the deck, the show it was already about half full.
Thanks, Dave.
But that was 10:22, and we left dinner at 10:08 or something. So
10:02.
10:02. So in the course of 20 minutes, we did a costume change, took pictures, and then ran up.
That's amazing!
Wow. Oh my goodness!
So that's the only thing I would say about pirate night on a 3-night sailing is be very strategic about what you want to wear. And pirate gear, like, just bring like a fun hat and like a jacket you could throw on over an outfit, and you can kind of do it all.
And this was after the Nassau night, so I don't know if it's going to be on the same night. If it has been on the same night,
that's the other thing. We didn't get off in Nassau, so we stayed on the ship that day and did the pool. So we got to do the Aqua Mouse and the pool and the slides while everybody.
How's the Aqua Mouse?
It was really fun. Wally loved it. It's cool. Having done the Aqua Duck on the Fantasy, I think it's a little bit better just because it's more of like a ride. This is like you spend and Tom kind of talked about it too, but you spend a lot of time in the tube, like looking at these little cartoon screens.
And then you go in a tube.
And then you go out, and that's what's really cool is when you go out in like the clear tube and you're over the ocean and you get to see the ship.
One little blip.
So I think the Aqua Duck is a little bit more fun because your whole experience is getting to see that. But that being said, the Aqua Mouse is awesome. And if you've never done a aqua coaster, if you've never done one on a cruise ship, it's awesome. Like, don't miss that for sure. Definitely do it at least once. As a family with one kid, we like Mark got in line with Wally and we asked how many rafts are in between each rider. And there's 6. They load 6 rafts. So we like waited for 6 parties to get in line. And then I got in line. So then Mark went up with Wally. And then when he came down, Wally got right back in line and on the ride with me.
He literally got like
so if you're trying to do it with a kid, you you can kind of time that
so Wally got it
right.
You can each ride it with them one time.
Nice.
2 and a 2.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
But it's fun. It's definitely worth it, and it's still a great experience.
And the kitty slide.
Yeah, the Slidosaurus Rex Wally loved, and it was really cool.
That sounds too good. Slidosaurus Rex? Are you kidding? Oh my gosh, how cool is that?
So I mean, I think that's a another don't miss. Don't miss the kids areas.
And I think that Will, for you, just be prepared to not sleep. Go. Kind of having a strategy of what you want to do. We want to ride the Aqua Deck or the Aqua Mouse. We want to check out this lounge space. We know we want to do all the dinner, and then maybe kind of, in advance you want to try to find 1 or 2 of the little activities that are going on, because you don't get to see the navigator until you're on the ship.
Okay.
Which is really hard for somebody that's a planner. I want to know, what's going to be happening every hour.
Me too.
You don't know that till you're on. So just be prepared to hit the ground running and know what you're at.
Yeah. But it's really cool. The navigator's on your phone. You go through, you find the things you want to do, and you put a heart, you heart them, and then they alert
It'll remind you.
Which is
nice.
So the paper you used to highlight and then pray that you would remember the highlighting, and you never would. This is better.
And it was great. We'd be doing something, and Mark would be okay, 10 minutes, we need to make it to the next space. So you definitely have to kind of balance that with I'm on a cruise ship and I'm relaxing. And
we knew what we were getting into, and we knew it wasn't going to be relaxing.
Yeah,
you don't have to do it that way. You guys can.
But we also had where it was relaxing.
Sitting in Nightingales Lounge, Wally's down in the kids club sipping.
The pool time I spent with him on deck.
Yes, while I was getting the shave.
Which, if you want to get a really rousing blast of the horns when they leave Nassau, they did a full sweep of all the horns.
Oh, fun.
If you go sit up on the
that'd be deck 12.
Yeah,
I think, or maybe even 13.
Front of the ship, right?
Yep, all the way forward.
All the way forward.
Okay. The Chippendale pool.
There's it's the quiet deck, ironically. You will hear the horns in all their glory.
So loud they have to clear the deck.
Yeah, they shut down.
Goodness.
Because it's so loud.
Yep.
But that's fun to get to see. And then the Chippendale pool, I think, obviously if you're going as adults, they have the adult pools, and those are amazing. But the Chippendale pool was my favorite pool. It was really, it was very peaceful and quiet. It's their sensory friendly pool.
Yeah.
So it's a quieter space, except when the horns are going off. But that was a really cool area of the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good tips. Great tips.
Other questions? Will, you had good questions.
Let's see. What about the entertainment? What entertainment did y'all see?
I mean, we did all the shows. We did the Little Mermaid show, and we did the Disney Seas the Adventure. Both great. Wouldn't miss those for sure. Go to those. The dinner shows are really fun, and Marvel was really, really fun seeing it the first time. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah. We're saying we wouldn't see it again.
Yeah, it's one that I don't think you would need to do again. The Who's Behind the Curtain was super cute. Even as an adult, cute. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
The different spotlights they do in the kids club. So they'll do on the itinerary, they'll have miniature open houses, but spotlighting an area. So the one we did in the Marvel Superhero Academy, we did the Challenge of the Taskmaster. And they have different ones. So look on your navigator and see which one is happening.
But Black Panther came out and was standing right behind me.
Yeah, it was super.
I was having personal one-on-one interaction with him.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool!
And you didn't call him King Mufasa.
And I didn't call him King Mufasa, which is the first thing that entered my head when I saw him.
Let's get his name right. I was editing the vlog, and I was like, "Oh no, what's Mark gonna say?"
That's funny.
Gosh, you guys did a lot in this really.
We crammed
fast cruise. You got a lot in. And of course, having, kind of knowing, having cruised before and being familiar with, with Disney cruising in particular, I know kind of gives you a leg up. So I'm sure that, one of probably, the things that I would think you'd need to do is just do your homework ahead of time.
I think so. And go to that Disney Cruise Line blog, because now that sailings are going on, they'll keep generally the same schedule of activities. Yeah. So if you go find a 3-day sailing on the Wish with a stop at Nassau and Castaway, they'll post copies of the navigator. It's usually a YouTube video that scrolls through
the screen.
So you can start to get an idea and just strategize okay, day 1, we're going to get on the ship. We're going to go eat. We're going to go do the Oceaneers Club, do the sail away party. And then we're going to try and hit this activity and start to
kind of like you would do at a park. This is the same thing you would do at a park. Yeah.
Okay.
And just know there's a lot to do, but
and no, you're not going to get it all done.
You're not. Yeah. I mean, and Disney's smart. I mean, they designed this 3 and 4 day sailing because they want people to do it more than once.
Oh, of course.
So.
What was it? One of the books that I had read. Oh man, I can't. It may have been Be Our Guest. I'm trying to remember one of the Disney books I'd read. It's designed that way. You're not supposed to be able to get to everything because you're like, man, I want to go back because I didn't get to do X. So yeah.
And it was so much of a different experience this time around having Wally.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's different. When you sail as just a couple, it's magical and it's wonderful and there's more than enough to do. And then when you get to go and experience it with your child for the first time, that's a whole different level and experience of magic, So, and that's, again, what we love about Disney in general, right? You get to experience the magic in lots of different ways. You get to experience it yourself, then you get to experience it as a family, then you get to experience it as a grandparent, and all those different levels and getting to see the magic through, different people's eyes. I mean, we've done it where we've just brought, friends on trips with us and getting to see the magic through their eyes,
Right. So, definitely.
Yeah, definitely about the cruise and not the destination. And that's the thing too, is especially with Nassau, you don't really need to get off the ship. I mean, you can go do Atlantis and it's a cool water park. And, if you've been on 4 cruises in the Bahamas, then get off at Nassau, but I wouldn't, honestly. And even Castaway, Castaway is beautiful. I would at least go spend some time on the island. But you can also just get off and enjoy the beach for an hour or 2 and then spend the rest of the day on the ship.
Oh, goodness. I have a couple questions. Well, thank you. I have a couple questions from Stacy. Am I more excited for the cruise now? Yes, of course. If I buy anything that's mystery related, how long will it take me to open it? Good question. A very good question.
Legitimate questions.
Yeah, there's. Well, no, I was, but just it's still kind of far off. I've never done it before, but I'm definitely excited about it. Looking forward to it big time. But she got me. If I'm gonna vlog it and it's some sort of mystery unboxing, it's gonna take a while. There's a lot of stuff under my desk that needs to be opened that I need to just sit down and hit record and go ahead and open all this stuff. So
you're just savoring the magic, Will. You're just savoring the magic. Exactly. Saving the magic for a rainy day.
There you go.
Oh,
William, can you think of any other questions?
I think that's all I got.
I think gosh, again, guys, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing this with us. William and Jillian are looking forward to their cruise, and Jeff and I really need to do it.
Yeah, Jeff and I. Don, have you done it? You haven't done a Disney cruise. You've done other cruises. Is that
we have been on other cruises, but not Disney. So,
okay. Well, once you go Disney, you never go back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's the bar for sure.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh man, yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard people who have done both. Say that cruising is wonderful. Cruising, as a rule, is just really it's a vacation. But they all say that Disney cruising is that next level. You know, it's just that next level, you know, of just like, you know, we expect from Disney. We expect the higher bar. We do. So
and there's something like
they nailed it. Yeah.
Like enchanting about being out on the ocean on this giant vessel. Like it's just so cool to like look out at the water and just know that you're in the middle of the ocean. There's just something really enchanting about that.
It really is.
Well, I mean, talk a little minor detail. They have outboard lights on the bottom of the ship, so it looks like you're floating along clouds at night.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, why would anybody waste money on putting lights pointing out the bottom of a ship in the water? Those lights are physically underneath the water line. It's magical.
Yeah.
That's
so cool.
It's that. Well, the first time that Jeff and I cruised, you know, the one of the colors of the rainbow is indigo, and you know, I don't think I ever fully understood what color that is until I saw deep ocean water. It's indigo is the color of that deep ocean water when you get out there.
So beautiful.
That's, you know, Jeff and I were, you know, standing the first time we took a cruise. It was our 25th wedding anniversary. And we were standing, you know, at the back of the ship, and I was looking at that water and I said, that's indigo. That's it. That's
and that color. Is the one thing I miss on a 3-night cruise. You don't get a day at sea.
Yeah.
And I really miss that. I really miss just floating. It is so much fun to just float.
It is.
They slow the ship down to a manageable pace where you can actually go out on the deck and not get blown off.
That's true.
So the first night that we went to the kids club,
after we sat for an hour and we're like, what do we do? I came up with this harebrained idea. Let's go out on the deck.
Let's go out on a romantic stroll on the deck. So he takes me out on the deck and goes up to the front of the ship, and it is just like full like wind.
Yeah, there was at least a 10-knot headwind, and we were going 15 knots solid forward. So that was a 25-knot blow in our face.
Like so much so that it actually like the side zipper on my dress like blew open. Like I had to like hold my dress closed and go back to the room and like zip up my dress because it was so windy. I was like,
oh my goodness,
that was a romantic walk on the deck.
We're like walking like into the wind. Like,
you don't get that on a 3-night cruise because the second you leave port, I mean, that captain has one goal, and that goal is to get to the next
destination. So they book it. But I mean, I think I don't know, you'll probably want to book another cruise.
Yeah.
Take Wyatt.
After you do it.
You're going to want to take Wyatt.
So book the placeholder. Do the placeholder.
Yep.
Then book another one.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I do have to make sure to have that set aside. It sounds really cool. It sounds like a good deal.
You book the book placeholder right on your phone.
So the one scary thing about cruising is you just give your stateroom for everything.
Yeah.
So there is no credit card transactions. There's nothing. You just get a big old bill at the end with everything that you've done.
Oh, so, goodness gracious.
Keeping tabs on that.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to keep in mind.
That's funny.
Yeah. John, it was test track equivalent wind in your face.
It was. Very romantic.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, my goodness. Well, again, everybody, check out A Wonderful World of Walter, Mark and Irene's channel. You guys do such quality videos. I love to watch your videos, and I get ideas for improving my videos from watching yours. So I love to do that. Great stuff on the Wish, guys. Just some really good stuff on the Wish. And again, don't forget about Travel Talk Tuesday, which you guys go live on Tuesday nights, 8:00 Central, 9:00 Eastern. Yep. And so check those out. And I'm assuming after you cover the Wish, you're just gonna kind of keep going with those.
Yep.
I think we're going to try and wrap it up next week, and then we're going to jump back in time, which appropriately we're going to jump back to our D23 Guardians of the Galaxy.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very
okay.
cool.
We still have to get those bugs out, and then the 2.5 weeks we spent down in Orlando. We've got tons of vlogs from that. So.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do some time jumping too. It's a good thing I enjoy time travel because I've got to jump back and we're going to get some whiplash in my next few vlogs, I'm afraid. But
it's fun though. You get to go back in time. You know, when else can you go back in time?
We're going to do some on the travel talk pieces. We're going to do some future cruise planning, kind of walk through that.
Eventually.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
that would be very helpful.
Yeah, it would.
So our next one's going to be. It's actually the week of Thanksgiving, and it's a Maritime Christmas cruise out of Galveston on the Magic.
Okay.
Nice.
So, and it was like. I was amazed for it being the week of Thanksgiving. The pricing was actually pretty reasonable. Like when you look at summer cruises, and that pricing kind of like set the bar of like, whoo, okay, well, won't be doing one of those again for a while.
Right.
So we're booking some like less expensive ones to try and like elevate our castaway status.
Yeah, there you go.
And the nice thing is too, like you can do, if you have the Disney Visa card, you can do the 6-month financing on Disney cruise vacations.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So
thanks, Garrett. We appreciate
that's a good tip.
Yeah, and then they just change. It's still what is it, 60 or 90 days out that your final amount is due.
Yep.
So you can spread even like your down payment out, and then you can do the final payment. So that kind of makes it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, you truly could. You could, put your deposit in and an initial payment 6 months, pay that off on the credit card, and then pay your final, and then pay that off for the next 6 months. So
so it's kind of it's one of the reasons
not too bad.
Disney's possible. I think
it's possible.
Not too. Well, I need to when Jeff and I decide to book, I will definitely maybe get with you guys and get some ideas. We have cruised before, but not Disney, as I said. So y'all are the authorities on that.
And Will, is this going to be your first Disney cruise on the Wish?
Yeah. Neither one of us has ever done one before, so we're both very excited about it. We went on a Carnival cruise for our honeymoon, but I've been on one or two other ones outside of that, but both it'd both be our first time on a Disney cruise. So
you're setting the bar high.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's what we do as Disney people.
Yeah,
Mike, we had a great porg conversation.
Welcome in, Mike.
Many porgs are in the cargo bay, Star Wars cargo bay in the kids club.
That's fine. Let's see real quick. Our Hitchhiker highlight of the week, Saving Mr. Banks from 2013, is rated PG-13, 2 hours and 5 minute runtime. Stars Tom Hanks as Walt Disney, Emma Thompson as P.L. Travers, Colin Farrell as Travers Goff, Ruth Wilson, Paul Giamatti, Bradley Whitford, B.J. Novak, and Jason Schwartzman. Tagline is "Where her book ended, their story began." So basically an account of Walt Disney trying to convince P.L. Travers that to let him do the Mary Poppins movie.
It's excellent movie, guys. If you have not, and today, of course, would have been P.L. Travers' birthday, so that's why this is our Hitchhiker highlight for tonight. Go watch. If you have not seen Saving Mr. Banks, go watch it. It is a fabulous movie. It's worth it just to watch Tom Hanks as Walt Disney. And Emma Thompson does a magnificent job as P.L. Travers. So it's very, very good.
And the soundtrack is really good for it too. It's one of my favorite soundtracks for a movie.
Agreed.
Yes.
Other quick Disney news. There's a Spirit jersey that's tie-dyed blue, purple, and black. What? You bought a Spirit jersey today? Oh, no. It's there. So there's their Hocus Pocus one, Mom. Is that what this was?
That's the Hocus Pocus one.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I do have the new Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, Mom is modeling the new Haunted Mansion Spirit. Yeah, Jillian bought that one today.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Come on, show it off.
This is the new tie-dyed Haunted Mansion Spirit jersey. Thank you, Mike Wheeler, for taking care of this for me. But yeah, I got this one. I love it. It has Madame Leota on the back. I'll show next week when I don't have it on. I'll show it on the.
There you go.
Yeah, it's great.
No, Jillian says it glows in the dark. Which part of it glows in the dark? Have you tested that out yet, Mom?
The front.
HM on the front.
On the front, and then it says the Haunted Mansion in huge letters on the back, and that also glows in the dark. So, and I think there are maybe portions of Madame Leota a lot of it glows in the dark.
Yeah,
that's cool.
There's a new Alex and Ani Hocus Pocus bracelet that's now available at Disney World. They picked it up at Disney Springs at World of Disney. Let's see here. Halloween merchandise has rolled into the Disneyland Resort. One of the newest collections centered around the Silly Symphony classic, The Skeleton Dance. There's a crossbody bag that's $29.99, an ice bucket that's $49.99, an ornament that's $22.99, and more. Let's see. Guests will have to wait a little bit longer to yodel and scream on the Matterhorn bobsleds at Disneyland as its refurbishment began recently. There are walls up around the attraction, and some scaffolds are in place to facilitate the work on the more than 60-year-old coaster.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a bummer if you were heading to Disneyland.
Yeah, for sure. The full schedule for the 2022 D23 Expo has been released. The expo takes place in Anaheim, California. It's from September 9th through September 11th. So that's really cool. Have y'all ever been to any of the D23 Expos?
Not the Expos. It's on our bucket list.
I was going to say, I've got a friend that went to one this past year. But he had a blast. So I'd like to check that out sometime also.
Does it all in the fall like that? Because that's probably what's been our main. It's back to school time.
So.
I think it's around that same time.
Yeah. As you know, Will, the back to school time is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of channel news. My dad celebrated his birthday while he and Mom were in Orlando. They had a great brunch at the Grand Floridian Cafe. Shout out to Isabel, their server. She sprinkled some extra pixie dust Dad's way. Mom's posting that picture on her Facebook page. Train whistles last. So happy birthday to Dad.
Happy birthday.
Sorry for those. I didn't give the loud noise warning, so I apologize for that.
Sorry, Mikey.
I usually am pretty good about that. But happy birthday to Dad this past Friday. Check out Mom's short of the new Hocus Pocus pin that she got from Art of Animation Resort, and it's got the little spinner on the back with the Sanderson sisters on the front. So really, really neat. And actually, the Sanderson sisters are the ones that spin, right, Mom? I think I want to say, did you show that in the short?
Yes. This it's the one that they just released. Of course, it's kind of with a view to Hocus Pocus 2, which is coming out at the end of September, and it has the spinner. I should have gotten it, but I should have gotten it to show. But there is a short on the channel if you want to see that. I found it at Art of Animation Resort while we were there.
I'm excited for Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Have you read the book? Have you read the book that came out?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so I didn't
know.
I don't even know it was like a thing, but the book is what I assume is going to be the movie. So
interesting.
I already know the story of it.
Okay.
It was really good. I liked it. So,
yeah. What's the name of the book?
I think it's just Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
But they came out with it was like a 2-volume. I got it at Target.
Okay.
Last year. So like they have the whole original Hocus Pocus.
Oh, right.
And then
check that out.
The second half is like Hocus Pocus 2. So
we definitely check that out.
Stacey asked me to hold my porg up. I don't.
Yeah, the porgs are the little birds that were in Star Wars. They were introduced, and yeah, they're cuties.
They are cute.
And Garrett and Stacey like to have fun.
They do.
About the porgs.
At the expense of the porgs. No porgs are harmed in the making of Hitchhiker Chat on a weekly basis.
Right. That's right.
Let's see. Moms, we're going to work on some other videos from their trip. Again, they went a different route. They went more so the non-park day style trip. They tried to relax a bit more, and they got to enjoy the resorts, which is something that we're always spend so much time in the parks that we don't usually do too much. From a resort perspective. So Mom and Dad got to do some of that this past trip. Don't miss next week's Hitchhiker Chat. We'll have Danielle from Mickey's Girls here to talk about all things Loungefly, and she is the expert and Loungefly queen. We look forward to that. Don't miss it. Let's see here. I was going to ask, did y'all have any other really cool merch that you wanted to show? Obviously, you have that sweet blanket. Is that a blanket or a towel that's on the wall behind you?
It's a blanket. Yeah,
it's a blanket.
It's like got the Sherpa on the back.
Ooh,
it's very cozy.
Nice.
Oh, that is nice.
This was our Castaway Club bag.
Oh,
so,
look at that.
Oh, neat.
So that was our bag.
Oh, my. How cool.
I'm trying to remember what other merch. I had a very traumatic experience with my Alex and Annie bracelet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, what happened?
The drawers on the bedside table are very shallow. And so I bought it and I still had it in its like cardboard case, and I put it in my bedside drawer with my other jewelry because I wanted to wear it. But we were like rushing to get in and out of the room like 90% of the cruise. So I was like, run, go change, run here. And then I forgot. And then literally like we stayed up until I think it was like 4 a.m. packing our last night because it was like everything was all over the room. And so we're like, so that morning when we were checking out, I don't know why, but I thought, oh, I should wear my wish bracelet. And then I went, where is my wish bracelet? I don't remember seeing it. And we looked everywhere. And I had taken a picture of the merch we'd bought and sent to my mom the night we went. And thankfully I did, because I was like, did I leave it and never even get it in the store? Like, did I drop it on the way back to the room? Like, what did I do? Yeah. And I had a picture of it on our bed, so I knew it had come to our room. And I was trying to remember what I'd done with it. And all of a sudden it clicked. I'm like, I put it in the drawer. I remember putting it in the drawer. And so Mark went and opened the drawer, and it was like had wedged itself like back, like behind.
Oh,
so you had to like remove the entire drawer.
Oh no!
And I'm so thankful I remembered it, because I mean, once you're out of those rooms, you're out, and like that last morning, you got to be on it, because it's like it's an early morning to get out.
Yeah. So, oh my goodness, I'm glad you remembered that.
Yeah, I know, for sure.
But then this was probably the coolest thing we got, is they had these Tervis water bottles, and this was like the DVC.
Ooh, look at that.
So that one is really
That's
cool.
very nice.
That says the wish on the back.
Very pretty.
So
y'all really came away with some good stuff there. And it is so cool, to have, all those things to on one of the first cruises of the Wish. That's just something, a memory that nobody can ever take away from you guys, especially Wally.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he got the little, we got him the Captain Mickey. I almost got Captain Minnie, but he really likes Mickey, so we got Mickey. And then we got Pluto too, so we got him those. And he got a little cruise, just like a little standard, like I don't even think it's really the Wish. It's not branded with any of the shows. But, I mean, we didn't go overboard, but we definitely got some like cute special things. We got pins. We did get some fun pins, and we're gonna do a merch haul on our one last. But the blanket also came with the portable.
Oh, that's cute.
Pillow.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah, that's awesome.
So this was one of the in stateroom gifts that you could do. I think it was $70, which isn't really bad for. I mean, it's a nice big blanket and the pillow. Yeah. So
Jillian said she's glad that y'all didn't go overboard.
Literally. I know my mom was very stressed about that with Wally. She's like, you just watch him. Don't let him like go board of the ship. But I will say this, sailing with small children, and Wally's a like go kid. Like I never was worried about him going over the edge of the ship. And we had a veranda room, and they're very safe. And the door is like double locked. They have an up high lock, and then the door handle you have to turn. So because my mom was convinced he was like going to get up in the middle of the night and walk off the side of the ship. It's like, Mom, that's not going to happen. I promise. It's going to be
fun. Yeah, that's funny.
Well, again, thanks for being here, guys. We'll go ahead and
thank you.
Wrap this up so everybody can get in the bed. And we just appreciate you sharing your trip with us and giving us some ideas for future Disney sailings. So
we're happy to we'll talk Disney all day, any day with anybody. So if anybody has any questions, we're always happy to answer or give insights. So.
Yeah. So any questions, guys, definitely put them in the comments below, and we'll try to answer them for you if we can. If you're on Team Replay, thanks so much for being here, guys. And of course, Lisa, Keith, and Joey, who are captains of our Team Replay. We love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
William, you want to do roll call, or what do you got?
Sure thing. So check out Monarch Moments. Check out Mark and Irene, Wonderful World of Walter, who have hung out with us here tonight. If you want to know more about the Wish, stay tuned. Check out their channel. Subscribe, ring that bell so you know when they drop new videos of the Wish and other things as well. The DVC event that they were able to go to for the new Guardian ride. Keep an eye out for that as well. Check out the Dean the Turkey Legster. Check out the liveplace.com. TubeBuddy or Stickermule if you're interested. We got links below. Check that out too. Let's see. Like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we go live as well. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you want to reach out to us directly, check us out on Instagram. Send us a message there, or email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Want to say thanks to Aunt Susan and Aunt Joy, Jillian, Kylie, and other family members. Mandy Adams, Brian's West Coast Disney Adventure, So Cargo, Dean the Turkey Legster, Mike Cabral, Space Mountain Dave Cantrell, Francisco, Kevin Theme Park Adventure, Tina DCS, Stacy Rogers, Movie Mania Nick, Wonderful World of Walter, who joined us on screen here tonight, Surf Bum, Najuma Brown, Diana G, newer name to our chat. Thanks for being here. AJC Magic TV, Brian and Iad. Thanks for being here. A newer name to our chat as well. Diz Our Dream, The Moonlight Adventures, another newer name to our chat. Thanks for being here. Monarch Moments, Jane in Travels, Debbie Burnfield, Jonathan Chong, Downscale, Nathan Rena, Sebastian the Crab, Kathy Hollister, another new name to our chat. Thank you for being here. My Backyard Science, and Mike Wheeler. Thanks everybody for being here. You got a lot of ways you can spend your time on a Tuesday night, and we're very appreciative that you choose to spend it with us and with friends Mark and Irene here tonight, especially. I think anything else we want to mention before we call it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks so much.
Of course.
Thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate it, and happy 53rd to the Disneyland Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope everyone has a wonderful week. Again, if you have more questions, I'm sure that Mark and Irene would be glad to answer them. Check them out. Wonderful World of Walter. And I'm looking forward to watching more of your vlogs so I can continue to get excited about our cruise.
Oh yeah, we can't wait to go on it too. We can't wait to hear what you think.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, say goodnight to Wally for us and Mark, and thanks again for being here. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody in the chat. You guys make it special every Tuesday night. We look forward to Tuesday nights just to hang out and spend time and talk Disney. It's one of our favorite things to do. So we appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anything else before we go ahead and call it? I hope everybody has a wonderful week.
Yes.
And remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there's always room for one more. So please hurry back. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great week. Thanks again, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.